Hi, today we're talking about how to become a mindset coach. Let's talk about what that means and get to some of the practical things you can do immediately to move that direction. My name is Dr. Paul Jenkins. I'm a professional psychologist, and I've been in the business now for about 3 decades. About half of that time has been coaching, where the first half of my career was all about therapy. I did traditional psychotherapy. I made the jump over to positive psychology coaching because I have found it to be so much more impactful and it produces results that are just phenomenal. I'm going to share with you also a model here in a few minutes that will shortcut the process to becoming a mindset coach. Let's talk first about what that really means. Mindset coaches, that's kind of self-explanatory, right? They guide their clients toward transforming the way that they think. And one of the first steps is tuning into a concept that I call metacognition. Have you heard that word before? And if not, that's fine. We make up words in psychology. It makes us feel smart. And this is one of them. Metacognition, when you break it down, cognition means thinking. And metacognition is a higher level. It's thinking about thinking. I invite you to notice that you can do this. A mindset coach has to be very aware of metacognition because we invite our clients to go to that level. Either we drive our thoughts or our thoughts drive us. When we become intentional about metacognition, thinking about our thinking, it puts us back into a position of choice. And a mindset coach is all about bringing to someone's awareness the processes that are already going on in their own mind so that they can take more control or exercise more choice over what direction those thoughts go. This is different from therapy, although some of the same principles are employed. And remember, I'm coming from a background of having done about 15 years each in therapy and coaching. It's about identifying and isolating the processes that are going on in our own mind so that we can choose what direction we want those to go. As a mindset coach, you help people identify and change how they think. And that changes everything else. As you're watching this video, you might be thinking, well, I think I know how I think. And you've got that metacognition turned on right now as you consider it. The good news is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The models of positive psychology that exist to support you are exactly what we go into in our certification. And there are many certifications out there where you can learn similar principles. The URL on the screen right now, drpauljenkins.com/getcertified, will give you an example of a certification program that I'm providing. And if it makes sense for you to work with us, I'd be happy to see you there. Tap into training or certification where you can get the models and the tools that will allow you to assist your clients the most. And when we talk about thinking, if you were to get involved in my certification process to become a certified positivity practitioner, you would see that your thinking gets broken down into 2 basic categories. Evaluation thinking, that's where we judge our life, our circumstances, our relationships, and creation thinking. That's where we get really intentional about building or creating what is to be. That doesn't exist yet because we haven't created it yet. Those two come together in some very powerful ways. So when anybody says to me the term mindset, my mind goes to the models of positive psychology that I was just referring to. It's really about learning how to operate the equipment of our own mind. And it starts personally. We get to learn how to operate the equipment of our own mind. And then as we become a mindset coach, we call those principles and tools to the attention of our clients so that they are empowered to do the same thing. I was invited a few weeks ago to give a keynote at a Silicon Slopes mental health forum. In this event, we were focusing on resilience, which is the ability to bounce back from or recover from trauma, difficulty, adversity. And this was a group of technology companies that had come together for this conference. Their people are all dealing with difficult things. I'm mentioning that as a specific example, but when you think about it, everyone on the planet is going to encounter difficulty, adversity, pain, trauma. It's going to happen. Welcome to the planet. That's how we roll here. When we understand how to operate the equipment of our own mind, then whatever happens around us is simply the context. I've been in the industry long enough to know that there is nothing that you can't handle. I'm going to pause for a minute to just let that sink in. There is nothing that you can't handle. I've been doing this for 30 years. You can't shock me. I've heard some of the darndest crap you can imagine that shows up in people's lives. And the resilience of the human mind is amazing to me. Mindset coaching connects people with their inherent ability to handle anything. And when you really think about it, that is one of the most powerful gifts that we can give. That is one of the greatest works that we could ever engage in. Because as things happen in the world, we need people who know how to operate the equipment of their own mind to not only handle it, but to move forward from that and create something even better than what we had before. And I don't know about you, but I personally don't trust any government or political party or organization to go out there and solve this for us. A good friend of mine once said to me, "Paul, the troops aren't coming. We are the troops." And that really sunk in with me because I believe that it's mindset coaches and people who get intentional about their own thinking that are not only going to come up with some of the solutions to the world's problems, but they're going to assist others to do that same thing. That's where the solutions lie. It's not in any organization or government. It's in us. It's in every one of us. If you really want to become a mindset coach, get the training, get the tools, get the experience that you need, and then start helping people. Start coaching right away. I remember an experience when I was in kindergarten. This is going back a few years, okay? And I'm sitting there in the sandbox out in the playground at kindergarten. And I remember Kayleen was right next to me because she was kind of cute. And I remember her name. But we're sitting there playing in the sand together, and this girl rides by on a 10-speed. And I'm like, because I'm this little 5-year-old, right? And Kayleen nudges me and she says, "That's my sister. She's 10. And I'm like, oh, I'm not worthy, right? Think about it. I'm a kindergartner and I am amazed and in awe of this 5th grader on a 10-speed. There's always someone who's ahead of you. There's always someone who's behind you. And to a kindergartner, a 5th grader is an expert. The big girl on the bike, right? And I call that to your attention because you're going to have a thought at some point, oh, I'm not qualified. I'm not worthy. What do I have to offer? It's a good question. Make sure it's a question, not a statement disguised as a question. What can I offer? See, that's not even a question. What can I offer? And remember, to a kindergartner, a 5th grader is an expert. Go out there and find you some kindergartners to coach. You are already in position to help someone with their mindset having watched this video. And there's more you can always add to your skill set and to your expertise. But get started. Be bold. Help someone to see what they might be missing about how to operate the equipment of their own mind. Did you know that you can actually make a living doing this? And what kind of great news is that? If you feel called to do this, maybe there's a way that you can actually do this for a living. In fact, watch the next video. We're going to cue it up for you right here. It's called How to Become a Life Coach and Get Paid. Does that sound interesting? I've got your back on this. Let's jump into that next video together.